What's up YouTube, VampEV here, and yes, I did reuse that picture in the thumbnail. Hope you liked it. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit that thumbs down button. Anyways, today we are going to be talking about the Hummer electric vehicle that a GM announced the other day. I think it was January 10, and we're going to be talking about that. We're going to discuss what we know so far. We're also going to talk about my thoughts on the vehicle, and then we're going to talk about my predictions for the vehicle, and then after that we will discuss what I feel the vehicle needs to be a successful EV. Alright, so on January 10, GM or General Motors announced that they will be reviving the Hummer brand with a electric vehicle. They haven't said that they're going to completely revive the brand, that they're just going to release another vehicle under the name, which is going to be an electric vehicle. They haven't announced that they're going to completely bring back the brand. And then we also know that they've already announced that they've scheduled a Superbowl ad, which I think is kind of crazy. So Superbowl ads, if you guys remember, Mr. Beast wanted to get an ad for PewDiePie during the whole 100 million race, and the cost for a ad this year for a 30-second ad, I believe it is $5.5 million for 30 seconds, and I imagine they're wanting to slate that for their upcoming electric vehicle. So again, the vehicle is slated to come out in sometime in 2022, which in that time we should be also seeing the Tesla Model Y. We should be seeing that this year, and then also starting deliveries of the Cybertruck. And so they just announced this recently, and they do have that Super Bowl ad slated. So what that makes me think is that either this EV has been planned for a while, again with that 2022 date, not entirely sure. They could have also just been like, oh hey, let's do this as an electric vehicle in response to the large amount of anticipation for the Tesla Cybertruck. So it could totally be in part to that we are seeing this happen, and that's why, you know, they're going to rush together with the prototype, then release that ad. Total possibility. However, it could be something that they've been working on for a while, but with that 2022 date, don't know. I personally don't think so, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. So one thing that I thought was interesting is that they chose the Hummer. So with that, again, you know, that Cybertruck, there's not a huge amount of that type of vehicle. I don't want to like generalize it, but you know, like larger vehicles in the EV space, especially like trucks, they are reportedly making the Hummer EV a truck. So it could be, you know, there's not that much on the table right now as far as EV space goes for trucks, especially since Rivian hasn't hit the market yet. One other thing that really has me is, so the Hummer was iconically before a super un-eco-friendly vehicle. It was a gas guzzler and had horrible miles per gallon and mileage. And now it's coming back as an electric vehicle. One thing I wonder is if we're going to see that reflected in the EV's efficiency. So with that, my thoughts on the vehicle is, if we do continue to see that trend, I imagine we'll likely see something in the 180 miles of range. However, that's up to debate. And with that slated 2022 slot, 180 miles is not gonna cut it. Again, you know, that's just my speculation. I'm not entirely sure. However, it could be completely possible. I hope I'm wrong. So let's talk about for the vehicle to be successful. For the vehicle to be successful, I think it needs to start out at the pricing of around $40,000. Anything less than that is great. However, I don't see that being done. However, if they can hit that 40,000 mark, I definitely think that there will be a market for it. I believe in late 2019 is when the phase out happened for GM. They sold the 200,000 electric vehicles for the tax credits, so they no longer have the tax credits, which is going to count against them. I really hope that we might see something along the lines of for it to be successful, I feel like maybe a, you know, $60,000 or $70,000 version all the way down to a $40,000 version with range ranging from 250 EPA. That's the lowest I think people would want to really consider buying that kind of vehicle, along with on the higher end at least 350, which if they can achieve is going to be remarkable. However, it's going to be 2022. Tesla might have made some huge advancements. They do have their battery investment day coming up and their powertrain day coming up. I think they should be all in one. And with that, they could have some huge announcements as far as battery technology and the future of that. So with that, especially in 2022, they are going to need some competitive range in order for people to take this vehicle seriously and want to buy it. I also, when it comes to the design, I predict that it'll look just like a regular Hummer. I really hope that they do something cool with like the front end and the grille thing. If they do something really cool with that, you get a really tough, really nice, sleek looking vehicle, maybe like what Polestar has theirs looking like. Kind of give you a rough idea. That's what I imagine it might look like. I feel like this vehicle is huge though, just because it's going to give them that broader audience and allow more people to see EVs. With it being a Super Bowl commercial, I don't know how I feel about that. Everybody looks at their phone. However, Super Bowl commercials are also infamous. You get some crazy commercial and everybody talks about it, so it has that potential to reach a huge audience. Again, you know, the title of this was, is it good or bad? It's going to be a rare day when I don't think an EV is good, just because all EVs help us push towards a more sustainable future, which is what I want. I want to save our earth, and to do that, you know, electric vehicles is a great way to help save our earth. And so I definitely 100% for it. I think it's going to be great. I hope it's going to be great. I hope it's at least competitive in the eyes of what is currently available. Let me know what your guys' thoughts and hopes for are on it in the comments below. And thank you guys so much for watching.